Now then, a new style of vlog today. But before we get going with that, I just want to give folks a heads up. I'm just editing this video now. What I've done is, between the different clips, I'm going to fade them in and fade them out, just to give people fair warning that they're about to change. This is more of a to stop people if they want to use the Oculus or any sort of VR software to watch this vlog, just to give them a heads up that it's about to change, just so it doesn't disorientate people, because I'm thoughtful like that. I've also got a big shout out to do to the Transport channel. Following him on Instagram, he's got lots and lots of nice beautiful pictures of trucks that he's sorted out, so please go and give him a follow on Instagram and his other socials. I'll put some links in the description below. Anyway, we're going to crack on. Bob him a follow, and I'll see you in a minute. Let's get cracking. Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to a new style of video. So I'm recording this in 360 degrees so that you can actually have a look around. If you don't want to look at my ugly mug, then that's completely fine, and you can have a gander around. You should be able to just move your phone or swipe across the screen, or even watch this in VR if you really want to. So, if you watched the last vlog, you will know that I broke down. Since then, it has been back in the garage and been fixed, and picking a trailer up at the weekend, we got another engine management light on. So I'm back at DAF in Pudsey to get it fixed. So it's going to be a great week, isn't it? It's going to be a great week, but we'll see how we get on. Let me know in the comments how you find this sort of style of video, see if it is any good or not. But yeah, I'll report back once I know a bit more. Let's get these keys handed in and go sit about and wait for a bit. See you in a bit. 3 o'clock came and went, and eventually DAF decided that they were going to keep the truck and they couldn't fit it in till Wednesday. So that was me without a truck. However, Gary the little treat has been and hired me a truck for the week so that we can still keep on driving. And he's got me an MAN. And I tell you what, on first impressions, it's really quite a nice place to sit. One of my favourite bits that I've seen so far is these windows. There's very, very good, I don't know, it just seems light and airy. The inside of this cab is massive, and I think that that's really, it's just a nice place to sit. That's where the niceties end for me. It drives like a right like pile of rubbish. I kid you not, it is terrible. I really don't like it to drive it. The steering wheel, if you look down now, the steering wheel is massive. So you're bloody leaning over and everything. Yeah. I've just found a newfound respect for any people that drive MANs all the time. I really don't like it. Really don't like it. If it drove better, if the steering wheel was smaller, I'm sure it'd be lovely. Like I say, it's light and airy, there's loads of space in here. It's just generally a nice place to be. But the driving side of it is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. So, we're going to see how we get on with this week. I haven't got a trailer on yet because, well, that's it's not back from where the job that I was supposed to be doing today, it's not back from there yet. So, the chances of me getting that before getting it and being back at my yard before 8 o'clock is pretty slim, so it looks like I'm going to have to have a gander tomorrow morning. Get up earlier and go tomorrow morning to get it. Because I have to go up near Leeds Bradford Airport to pick it up. So, that'll be tomorrow's task. I will take you along for a bit of the driving, just because I want to see how this new 3D 360 thing works. Because naturally, while we're driving, you'll be able to look at whatever I'm seeing, effectively. So we'll have a go at that and see how the camera works and how it picks it up, and if it's any good. I'll see the... Hey up, right. Good morning, good morning. You join me today. We are heading over to Milton Keynes. I'm just literally, I think I'm about 10 minutes or so away. I tell you what, this truck is bloody awful to drive. Bloody awful. This steering, I can't get used to the steering wheel. It's like driving with a dustbin lid. The old-fashioned ones, you know, when you actually had a proper lid to a dustbin. It's massive, absolutely massive. So yeah, hopefully you will be able to see all around. You'll see more or less what I'm seeing. So you should be able to move the camera view around and either look forward if you don't want to look at my face. It's not been a bad drive. We've been driving like 4 hours and 5 minutes. We are about 10 minutes away, so that's not so bad. And yeah, it's been a fairly straightforward ride. My bum hurts because, well, it's an uncomfortable seat. So yeah, generally not impressed with an MAN. I mean, the space isn't. It's a nice space to be in. Don't get me wrong, that's quite nice, but yeah, I'm just uncomfortable. I don't know if it's because I've been driving for a while or because the seat's generally uncomfy. Just keep an eye on them mirrors there, otherwise, because people decide to come right up the inside here. Thank you very much for giving me room, chappie. Just give this guy a little bit of a wave as he comes past. Or young lady, should I say. What a little treat. I tell you what, people in general, what I'm finding when I'm driving, they're actually quite good with trucks at roundabouts, especially around Milton Keynes. They tend to give you a bit of space. I don't know if that's through choice, but yeah, generally it's not too bad. I've never really had any bothers driving roundabouts in Milton Keynes. You've just got to stick to your decisions, really. If you decide that you're clear enough to go, because people come round them roundabouts. So, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that I've changed into a jumper. I haven't, it's a new day. So what I didn't realise is that this camera will only record 3 minutes of footage at a time, which is a bit of a pain in the backside when I am sat waffling, because I spent 20 minutes waffling to myself. But hey ho, I'll figure that bit out at some point. So, back in Milton Keynes for day 2. It's 8:39. For some reason we've hit a lot of traffic here. That's a bit unusual. There's usually nothing here. I hate these chicanes. Absolutely hate them. Some of them, especially these little islands down here, are very difficult to get through without clipping curb, because literally there's bugger all room at either side. But we're nearly there anyway, we're nearly there. I've got to navigate round a low branch at some point without knocking it off, because we've got this still got this 4.8 metre trailer on. I don't think the council have been and cut it down just as yet, so yeah, you might hear a little bang at a minute when it's top of trailer. been a fairly straightforward run through actually this morning. The traffic, there was a little bit of traffic at Leicester, which is not unusual. There usually is. And I tell you what, I am aching. My bum hurts and my back hurts because this chair is the most uncomfortable chair I've sat in for a while. It's awful. It's awful. I cannot wait to get my little daft back. I know people hate upon dafts, but what they are is bloody comfortable. I mean, this one spent more time in garage than it has on road, but we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. Morning. Give me a right funny look, did that chap then? All I'm saying, I've got a funny looking face, haven't I? So, meh. Be right. Be right. So, the eagle-eyed amongst you might realise that I've changed into a jumper. What I didn't realise is that this camera will only record 3 minutes of footage at a time, which is absolutely no good for what I need it to do. And until I've figured out what setting to change, well, I'm just going to have to make do and push record every 3 minutes. So I'm heading into Bletchley. I'm just going to take up both lanes at this little roundabout just to protect the other little people on the road. Don't want any cars sneaking up on the side of me, and I don't want to hit anybody with trailer, so come on. So yeah, we'll just take up both lanes. It's just safer, that's all. And that's that. I've got to be careful going up here because there is a low branch on a tree. It's not yet, these ones are quite low, but they're not thick enough to do any damage to me or the tree, so they'll move out. But there is one by this little island up here that you've just got to be careful of. And because I've got this stupid 4.8 metre trailer, it's a pain in the bum. It should be just here. These chicanes are a pain in the bum, especially if there's somebody waiting to cross there. I've stopped a few times because people are wanting to cross there. But anyway, we're here. We're delivering just over there, so we'll get that indicator on, get pulled into here, and we should be tickety-boo. Should be tickety-boo. There was a van here broken down yesterday, and I'm hoping that they've moved it, and they haven't. So I've got to be careful of this van here, because naturally I don't want to hit this thing on way round. So I've just got to be careful. Take it steady here. Get right up to that edge. And when we're delivering here, I've got to make sure that there's no coming to the way. I've got to be a bit close to that car there, never mind, because it does get very, very, very tight. So, right, seatbelt off. So if you have a look around now, this is where we have to turn around. So we've got to get right into this corner. Make sure we're missing that. And then get right into this gap. It's beeping because I've taken my seatbelt off. We'll put it over here. And hopefully that'll land us more or less straight. And it has. No judgment on my shocking reversing skills here. keep an eye on that. It's going on nicely. You've got to keep an eye on front end now. Put that right round, full lock onto the way. Should be pretty good there. Should be pretty good. We'll straighten that up. There, and we're just going to drive forward to park in that little gap there. It takes a little bit of getting used to doing this, you know. It does, because keep an eye on that little mirror there, we're smack on that curb. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's put that on brake, like that, and we can have a good 15 minutes, half an hour before the previous chap is ready to come out, which is good, which is good. And turn that off there, turn them lights off. I hope that's a tidy little scanny. Kalina. Lovely. Better in lounge position is that guy. Lounge position. Just back off a few mile an hour just to let him get past nice and quick. Because that's the decent thing to do. That looked really quite mean coming up road then. Looks really quite mean, look lovely. Right, we'll give him a flash in, see if he, well, I don't think he's watching by the looks of things. No, can't complain at that, I've flashed him twice. Just going to sit there in middle lane. Tidy little truck, tidy little truck. Just sat on M1. We've got, what, 97 mile to go. I put camera on because I thought, well, I overtook what do you call it, step trailer that had a big digger on the back of it, so it had a bit of an overhang. So rather than squeeze past it in lane 2, I went into lane 3. There were four lanes. So I went into lane 3 and went past, and some absolute TIT in a little 18-ton bloody rigid decided to come straight, creep right up on the inside of me, so I was stuck outside in lane 3 for ages and there was no need. And then he pulled into lane 1, so I came into lane 2, and then he just proceeded to take off. He wants his bloody licence taken away from him, that lad. I mean, I stayed calm and everything, I didn't beep or carry on at him. I just thought, you know, that's just rude then. Anyway, I just wanted to see that truck, that's what I turned camera on for. Hopefully we'll see a few more if they overtake us. I'll get myself back up to speed anyway. I'll see you in a minute. Here's another smart little wagon, that looks quite cool and all. However, this guy's creeping past and all, so we'll do the customary and knock it down just as 1 mile an hour. We'll knock it down, look, he'll fly past now. That online roadways, smart wagons then, aren't they? It's quite cool, quite cool. I like that. I quite like this wagon spotting because, I mean, Usually it's me that's in the middle lane flying past everybody, but because I'm in this MAN rubbish, and it is rubbish. I'm sorry if you're a man, if you're an MAN lover. That sounds so wrong, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. If you're the lover of this type of truck, you need your head testing because they're bloody awful. Lovely space, but yeah, driving wise, it's just terrible. Terrible. I'm so uncomfy. My back hurts, my bum hurts. It's just not good. Why is it knocking me down again? Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to carry on driving. We're just past Leicester somewhere, so we've got 80 miles to go. 80 miles to go. I'll sit here in a moment. Hey, oh, that's a lovely little load. Beautiful. Oh, hey up. You'd think by now that I'd have memorised where all these bumps and stuff are, so I can avoid them. But alas, obviously not. Let's crank back up to speed. I thought I'd just back off a little bit, let these boys past a little quicker. Although this truck says that I'm doing 56, the sat-nav actually says I'm doing 54, and I kind of believe the sat-nav. Kind of believe that, because there's a lot of trucks that are passing us. Absolutely shocking. It's usually around here that I see people on bridges waving and taking pictures and stuff. Tell you what, it right makes my day. There was a man with a small child, and they were giving it the pumping action and whatnot, and yeah, naturally you've got to beep, haven't you, and give them air horns and stuff. But right made my day, I tell you. Right made my day. It's absolutely marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. I actually think I put a video on TikTok hoping that it might somehow find him. But nobody's got in touch anyway, but yeah. No better, I tell you. No better. It's marvellous. Right, we should be able to get back in there now. I know I'm hating on this truck quite a bit. However, there is a good feature. When you indicate, the cameras come on the dash. Do you know, just to double check that there's nobody sort of hidden away in the blind spots. And I think that's a right nice little feature. I think all trucks should have that. And another thing, this truck seems to have learned when it needs to go. It goes like into an eco mode, so it'll take the power off, even though I'm on cruise control. Take the power off because it knows it's approaching a hill that it's going to have to put the engine brake on for. So it's just changed back up to roadworks, M62. I really hate these things. Really hate them. Especially this bit coming up now, because it narrows. Because we're in narrow lanes, and then there's like a barrier, concrete barrier there. It makes me cringe every time I go through it. And if I'm not whinging enough, these, do you know where they've blacked out like the hard shoulder lines? It makes the truck move. Do you know when you go over it, and all of a sudden it will shift to your left or shift to right? Bit of a pain in the butt. Bit of a pain in the butt. These roadworks are being a pain in the butt, to be fair, because, well, it's busy now and it's only, what, 10 to 2? Very up, there we go. Busy now, but once it gets to sort of tea time, you know, normal rush hour traffic, it It's absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Next question is, do I go through and up the M606, or do I come off at the Batley Junction and risk hitting traffic? I've had a look on, let's have a look on SatNav. Don't say that there's any traffic there, so we might just have to risk it. Might just have to risk it. Kenyan Brothers, there you go. Yeah, I think we'll have to just risk it. So we'll go that way into Bradford, I think. Come off at Batley Junction and then up, I think it's 260 or 5, I don't know what number it is. Can't remember off the top of my head, 620, I don't know. But we aren't gonna, yeah, I'm gonna sod it, we'll come off here. Come off here. And nip into Bradford that way. If there's no traffic, it is quicker. And it's less mileage. But if there's traffic, I can be there half an hour. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to do it. Gonna have to do it. Tell you what, Bradford is a pain in the backside for driving. So, earlier on, I might have mentioned that the reason I don't like carrying don't like pulling a tall trailer is because of a low bridge, which I don't know if you can see it, but it is just on the horizon down that road there. We're 4.8 metres, that bridge is 4.5, so naturally I can't go under it, so I've got to go over it. Usually traffic up here is absolutely shocking. But we don't fit under there, so we've got to go over it, which means going up here, turning left, turning right, and then back down to the side. Now, this road here is usually absolutely chock-a-block, and it doesn't help that they've put sort of a work access temporary traffic lights in. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if we can actually pull out of here and get in that other side without there being too much bother. I'm going to take this a little bit, tuck right in on that left hand side there. Keep an eye on that there. Oh, I'll tell you what, we can get straight out more or less. Just pinch a bit at the other side of the road there. Back over that junction there, so that's not too bad. Get that signal on now because we've got to check that there's nothing coming up the road first before we can turn in. So that road that you might be able to see just behind, well, where I am to my right, or behind you if you're looking straight on at me, that's where we're going. It's quite a tight turn. So I've got to just make sure that we take it. Hopefully, I've just got to double check that there's no coming before we actually start making that turn. Now, from experience, it's going to take us a little while to actually pull out, so I hope that the 3 minutes don't run out. Because nobody in Bradford, well, actually, I was going to say nobody in Bradford lets us out. But as I said that, oh, that was tight. Right, we're here. Make sure I'm missing that car. Wait, swing out. Another tight turn and we're in. So, righto. Hopefully there's no one in our little space so that we can get straight on. Alright. Thinks I'm going down a hill, so it's dropping a gear. Thinks I'm going down a hill, so it's dropping a gear. And naturally, just when we actually need to get out, it started raining. What a faff. So here is where Katie's unloading them. There is where we're going to turn around. I'm just going to do a quick turn around, and then, well, once Kate's shifted out of the road, we'll do a quick turn around and then we'll get reversed in, and then unloaded, loaded up, and then it's on time. She's going that way, that's alright. Yeah, can get a bit tight here, but it'll be right. Before they go, get full lock on there. Around there, it's a tight one. We've just got to keep an eye on them airlines, they're not snagged, so we're alright there. Get round here and then get set up for a reverse there like that. Tuck it in. Beautiful, beautiful. Cheers, pal. There we go. Hey, that wasn't a bad reverse, if I'm honest. It was not a bad reverse. But yeah, that's it. Let's get that sorted. Let's get my high-vis jacket on. Get these curtains undone. And then Kate can get on with unloading, which is bloody marvellous. Gloves. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I can't film out there, but I can film in here. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute. So that was a very long day. Glad to be home. The traffic in Bradford was terrible. Got stuck in it for an hour and a half. But I'm home and I'm finished. The man, or the MAN, has gone. It has absolutely gone. I'm just going to pull the camera in a bit because it is windy outside. Just excuse all the rubbish in my car. But you might be able to see behind you that the truck is back. I'm just giving it a quick go over because it is going to prom tonight with Stacey's little girl. So I'm sure she'll have a fab time, and I can't wait to see some pictures. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because it is home time. It is getting late. But if you've liked it, drop us a like and a subscribe. That would be marvellous. Share it about, please. That would be even better. But I will catch you at some point in the next few days after I've edited the footage of Truckfest. Let me know what you think of the 3D-ness in the comments, and I will catch you in a bit. See you, bye!